Hey there, my name is Juan Carlos Bagnell. I produce tech videos as SomeGadgetGuy. Welcome to my channel. I have a background in recording and audio production. I've worked really hard to protect my hearing. I'm the nerd who will show up to concerts with earplugs, but through age and just general wear and tear, some hearing loss was inevitable in my line of work. I'm really excited to be partnering with Sony on this video to chat about the CRE-C20 self-fitting OTC hearing aids and share some of my own experiences with hearing health. I'm not sure a lot of folks out there know that hearing aids are a lot more accessible and a lot more discreet than they used to be. We can buy medical grade audio assistive technology over the counter and without a prescription. Now, I think it's concerning when I read through the studies and I see rates of hearing loss rise across all ages and demographics, especially younger and younger folks experiencing permanent damage. Now, the C20 are tiny little audio units with sized sleeves that are designed to rest inside the ear canal. Not quite like earbuds. They insert and they should be nearly invisible. And they have these cute little arms to help you remove them when you need to take them out and recharge. Sony is exactly one of those brands with the audio pedigree to deliver a helpful gadget like this. It's not just about amplifying the sound around you. The C20 guides you through a setup process, and they create a unique hearing profile for each ear independently. Hearing loss is rarely perfectly symmetrical. After a problem I had, which perforated my eardrum in my right ear, I can hear significantly higher frequencies in my left than I can in my right. I need to be able to make adjustments on every pair of headphones I use, and I know what those differences are. So we want to adjust for where each ear might be having some issues, not just make everything generically louder. Then after setting your profile, the C20 use Sony's advancements in noise canceling and audio processing. They auto-adjust to the world around you, lifting audio you want to hear above the noise in your surroundings. The user doesn't have to switch modes or toggle filters, but you can manually make changes if you need to. Focused microphones give a clear, natural directional sense while prioritizing someone speaking in front of you. The buds can reduce echoes in your environment. They filter out wind noise. They reduce impact sounds if something taps them, and feature feedback suppression. That whine or piercing sound older hearing aids could make, I think that's a clear step above older tech. And even for me, the effect is kind of profound. Now, I have an issue called hidden hearing loss. If you put me in a quiet environment, I can score really well on a hearing test, but when I'm out and about, I really struggle to filter out background noise or hear voices. In a busy cafe or a restaurant or at a club, I might be reading lips more than I can actually hear the person I'm talking to. So something like the C20, they're really effective at giving me an assist. I'm in a situation, I think many people are, where experiencing mild to moderate hearing loss is already putting pressure on social situations. Someone might change plans, or they might not join an outing. Someone might withdraw if it's getting difficult to carry on conversations. Sony brings a ton of experience in noise canceling and consumer audio tech, and applying it to an assistive device makes a lot of sense. There's a stigma to hearing aids, and I think people still have an old-fashioned idea about their grandparents with squealing amplifiers, or that it's difficult to fit them, or changing the batteries can be a pain. Well, we've learned a lot from consumer earbuds. There's a cute little case that holds the C20, and just like consumer earbuds, they're rechargeable in this case. Between the internal batteries and the case, the C20 are rated for up to 28 hours of operation. So the whole experience is a lot more familiar. The size is small enough that people who have issues with in-ear earbuds should be able to fit these a bit easier. And for sliding them into the ear canal, I found them to be all-day wearable and pretty comfortable. It's a major point to care about for lifestyle, and this is a product that should hopefully fade into the background of your day. You shouldn't be thinking about babying it or supporting it or operating it. Rated IP68 for water and dust resistance, so you don't have to worry if you catch a splash or you're out in the rain. And Sony has done a nice job moving the setup and controls to a phone app. It's easy to get up and running, and adjustments should be simple for some of the folks out there who are a little less tech savvy. I've been really passionate about hearing health and anxious about some of the trends we're seeing. It's a topic I don't think we cover enough for how popular consumer audio technology might be. I worry that a lot of folks out there already experiencing mild hearing loss probably don't know how good these over-the-counter solutions have gotten. And of course, this is gonna be a bigger purchase than some fancy earbuds, but they might be eligible for FSA or HSA accounts. If you have some concerns about your hearing or you're noticing some issues in social situations, Sony has more info on their website. You can give yourself a hearing assessment, you can have a chat with a specialist, but at least you can start that conversation knowing there are some less expensive and more accessible options to try that are FDA cleared and perform really well. I have a hard time not nerding out on this. I think it's a fascinating intersection of consumer tech and accessibility, and I think it's always worth a chat with a doctor or a specialist to see if something like this might be right for you. A huge thanks to Sony. I was really interested in working with them on this and trying the C20 out for myself. Of course, I will leave some links down in the description underneath this video where you can find more information on the C20 and some of their other assistive audio technology products. More than anything else, I hope you'll take care of your ears, treat them to the really good stuff, and have a little bit more fun with the audio you consume. As always, thanks so much for watching, for sharing these videos, subscribing to the channel, and if you have the means, I hope you can maybe consider joining the community over on patreon.com/SomeGadgetGuy. This list of names scrolling by on your screen right now. A huge thank you from the bottom of my heart, as these are the folks that are helping to keep the lights on here in the Gadget Lab. They're basically the coolest tech pals in the universe, so I hope you'll check them out. You know where you can find me around the rest of the internet at SomeGadgetGuy, basically everywhere, but I'm trying to spend a bit more time on the Mastodons and a lot less so on the Facebook threads and Instagrams. You can still find me there, and I will catch you all on the next video.